And welcome back to Stanny Boy Reviews. I am your host, Stanley. Thank you so much for being here to check out my channel and to talk about your favorite horror films and my favorite horror films. We are taking a break from reviewing this week, guys, and we are interviewing someone who has already been here. She was actually my first guest. She doesn't need any introduction. Please welcome back to the show, Denise Richards. And if you haven't subscribed at this point, you don't need any other reason to. See ya! Yes.
Is that good?
It is.
Okay, perfect.
I can hear you. Okay.
So good to see you.
It's so good to see you. You look so good.
Thank you. I've been up since 4:30 this morning.
Oh my God, stop. I've been up since 8:30 and I look like a...
No, you look fabulous.
No, stop. I need a glam team.
Well, that did help me, I have to say.
How have you been?
I've been great, thank you. It's so good to see you and talk to you.
Good to see you. How's your life?
Really good. Life is good. How's your life?
It's okay.
I miss you.
Okay, I miss you as well. Oh, it's been a while.
Well, we'll get together.
This necklace is...
Oh, thank you. You know what? I bought these. I'm terrible with the shop now on Instagram.
I'm like, I just click and buy.
I know, it's too easy to do.
Really bad news, man. It's really bad news. How was your 4th of July?
Oh, it was good. It was quiet, but good.
I'm glad. Good.
Yeah.
You were in a hotel room.
Yes, I was doing an audition, and then we were going back and forth from there to the house because Aaron's mom, my in-laws are with us, and his mom is the best baker ever, and she made this incredible cake with like the berries and to where it looked like a flag and everything. So she's the best baker ever. But it was good. Thank you. It was quiet, but good.
Oh, that's good. My sister's birthday is July 4th, so every year for her birthday, they do the flag cake with like the whipped cream and like.
She has a big birthday. Did you see your sister on her birthday?
No, she's in Oregon. I'm gonna be going this week, though. I leave tomorrow. My nephew.
Oh, you do?
Saturday, yeah.
Oh! I bet she's gonna be so happy that you're going to see her.
Oh yeah. She was just here in May. We went to Joshua Tree. And we had
that's nice.
It'll be good to get out of LA for a few days.
I bet. That'll be nice.
Good. Have you been to Montana recently?
I haven't. No, it's funny. I was just talking to my sister who lives there, and
yeah.
I'm supposed to go there in September to film, but anyway, we'll make our way out there. We always go there at least twice a year. I love it so much.
Oh, good. What have you been working on lately?
Well, it's a movie that I have a couple projects that shoot outside of LA, and they've been, schedules have changed and stuff like that. So, but I'm very excited about that because it shoots outside of Bozeman, and I've never been to Bozeman, Montana. I've only been to Whitefish and Missoula area. So I'm really excited about that.
I love it. I was looking at your IMDb recently. What is Killer Cheer Mom?
I mean, the title says it all.
Yeah, like it sounds right up my alley.
I actually was, quite frankly, a little hesitant with the title because it was a different name when I signed on to do the project. And sometimes the title can change before it comes out. And I thought, oh gosh, it's fun. It's like a thriller, those cheerleading, type of movies. And I get to play a fun, like crazy mom.
Oh, I love it.
But it was fun. It's nuts.
Okay, I need to catch it. That's so much fun. A lot of people are already perfectly aware that you have 3 beautiful daughters. What is your favorite part about being a mom?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to say that. Becoming a mom changed my life overnight, obviously, in that moment. And I'll never forget this, that a director back when my first daughter, Sammy, was born, said to me, "You grow with your children."
Yeah.
And it was really insightful. I'll never forget that he told me this because there's obviously different stages going through infant and toddler and elementary school. And then obviously my 2 oldest daughters are, one's 18 and then Lola's 17. And then Eloise, she's 11, but the older girls are coming into like young adult. And it's so surreal. And I've talked to a lot of my girlfriends and guy friends about this that I've been friends with forever, about seeing our kids becoming the ages that we were when we all met each other when
Yeah.
I moved to LA. And it's very surreal. But it's also exciting to see them come into their own at this age where I moved to. I can't even explain it. It's very bizarre, but it's also wonderful and exciting. And, obviously want to be supportive of everything and all of that too. But it's very, it's surreal to see your child to become where you start in your career.
Yeah, because you were how old when you moved here? You were 18, 19 years old?
Well, I was the day after I graduated high school, I was 18. I left to go to Japan to model. And I was there for like 6 months. And then I was in New York and whatever. And then I started acting actually when I was 20, but I played 13, 14, 15 when I was 20. I was in the children's division of the acting agency that I was with, which was Harry Gold. And his daughter was Tracy Gold, who was on Growing Pains.
Sure.
And so that was my very first acting agency. And I was old enough though, where they didn't have to worry about the hours and stuff like that. But then also for me as an actress, I didn't have to have this long resume in, having to have all these parts for me to try and get a job. But I was auditioning, even if it was for one line, which actually, quite frankly, is harder to do in an audition than a scene. It is harder to do one line than a scene.
You have to get a lot more across with just that one line. Yeah.
It is. It's hard.
Ridiculous.
So that's where I started at my age, back then.
I'm sure you've been hearing a lot about this lately because you've been the product of a lot of tabloid craziness lately. You started an OnlyFans account.
I did.
Yeah, like I want to know what you are willing to tell me. Like what urged you to do this? Like I know a lot of it stemmed from the fact that your daughter started one. So like what made you want to do that?
So my daughter started hers,
Yeah.
and I had heard of OnlyFans. I wasn't educated on what OnlyFans was. And
I don't
so
think anybody is.
I actually think it's really a brilliant platform because the platform really encourages the creators to be like their true authentic self in a safe environment. It is 18 and over. And for me, what it really reminded me of is back when I would join a fan site of a different celebrity that I was a fan of. So that's what it really reminds me of. And also it allows the creator to it allows the creator to own the content and create the narrative and have control over what they're doing. And I really think it's empowering. And the thing that prompted me was actually when my daughter did sign on, she got a lot of backlash, and it upset me as a mom, of course.
Absolutely.
That because I've posted pictures of myself in a bathing suit, like many others on Instagram, and no one says anything. There's always negative people, but for the most part, it's positive. If we do that on OnlyFans, why is there that stigma with it? And that's the thing that really prompted me, because I felt like my daughter was getting a lot of backlash that wasn't justified, because there's a lot of different people on OnlyFans, a lot of different genres, a lot of different jobs. And it doesn't matter what everyone else does. It only matters what me, the creator, and my daughter as her creator, putting out the content that she wants to. So that's the thing that I was really why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think people have a really general idea of what OnlyFans is. And I think that general idea is very narrow.
It really is. And you know what? And this is what because I posted obviously about it. And this is what I said was, which I feel is true, is the ones that were super judgmental know what a lot of it is, and have a subscription to the accounts that they are thinking, having a preconceived idea of what my daughter is doing or what I'm doing. And that's the thing that why I wanted to step in and say, just because you are doing that, and that's okay. Like we are allowed to do whatever we want to do, as long as everyone's safe and you're of age, whatever you do, what you want to do. It's not my place to judge. but don't judge us for, or her, mainly her. I mean, I've had it all. It's her. That really, I
Absolutely.
felt like it was really unfair to my daughter. So anyway, I'm glad I did, because
I'm glad
it's
you did
offered me
too.
a way of engaging with fans in a more dynamic way that I haven't been able to. And I'm also showing, stuff behind the scenes and doing fashion and beauty and stuff like that. So I'm excited that I did actually join.
Yeah, I'm excited for you too. And the ones who are judging you, though, like the hardest, are the ones who are subscribing, which is the most ironic part. They're like
I
the
know,
first to
right?
actually hit the subscribe button. Do you have a lot of subscribers so far?
I don't know how many. I don't look at that part. I try to answer as many of the DMs and all that stuff as much as possible, but
Yeah.
it's fun to be able to engage more. When I started out acting, it was very obviously very different. We didn't have social media and stuff like that. And even when you do talk shows, you had to have, it had to be about the part, not show a lot of your personal life. And I actually love that now times have changed where people want to, because I also want to know, I'm a fan too of a lot of people. Oh, what do they eat? Oh, what does their house look like in their kitchen? Like, I also want to peek inside of someone's life too. And that's what I think social media, and then especially OnlyFans, of what I'm going to be showing on, for the content, to be able to show that stuff too. So I think it's a nice way to connect with people that have been supporting you.
Exactly. We've come a long way. You have such a good attitude about it. And I think that it's really cool that you're so supportive of Sammy, and it speaks volumes on your character, and it's really nice to see just how you play out as a person and a mom simultaneously. So I give you like major
Oh, thank
kudos for that.
you.
Absolutely, because a lot of people don't get that as humans in general. Like, we need more people like you, because the world would be a better place. You're a dime a dozen. It's really nice.
I have to thank you so much for saying that. I have to support my kids, whether I agree or not with
Sure, because they're gonna
it.
do it anyway.
Yeah, I want to be supportive of their choices and what's in their heart. Just like I'm sure my parents, I'll never forget my father. When I was wanting to be an actress, I didn't go to college, and I'm not saying don't go to college, but I'm just saying I didn't go. And my dad, when I got my first two jobs, and then I was Taft-Hartley into being in the SAG union. For those that don't know, like, you have to be in the union to continue working with Screen Actors Guild and everything. And my dad said to me, the percentage of not working, and it was very bleak what my dad told me. And I said, you know what, Dad, I'm going to be in the percentage working. And he's like, okay. I'm sure he went to my mom and said, yeah, we're going to have to try and figure out what to do with her. I don't know. She's like going to be done. I don't know. But he still, to me, supported me.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of these actors that's like, I don't want my kids to be actors. If they do, I want them to. If
Yeah.
that's their dream and their passion, then go do it. How can I knock it? I've been all over the world. It's allowed me to have a beautiful life. I've been able to take care of our family in a very special, beautiful way. So I can't say don't do what I can't do that. If that's your passion, follow your passion and your
Yeah.
dream.
It's a blessing. You have been a cast member on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in the past.
Yes.
And you recently went on a lunch date with Garcelle and Sutton. You posted an Instagram post proving this, and it has sparked a bunch of rumors that you might be rejoining the show. Now, is that a rumor you would like to put to rest? Is this something that is true? Are you going to be rejoining the cast anytime soon? And if not, do you want to, or do you have any plans to? Like, what is the 411 on that?
I think that they're in the middle of the season airing right now. And I've always said that never say never. I had a really good experience on the Housewives. I really, really loved working with, I actually can't even say working, having moments of the other women, because we would be on trips and being at dinners and this and that, and getting to know everyone. And there's kind of like a womanhood with each other. And that part I really do really love about the show, and I had a good experience. My first season was so great and so fun. My second season was actually obviously very challenging, and I had to take a step back because you have to for me, I had to reevaluate like what was best for my family, and some of the relationships can be a little toxic. But with that said, I'm still a fan of the show, and I love a lot of the women on the show, and I never say never of the future of anything in life. That's the truth. I will clear up. They did not come to me and say, "Will you be on next season?"
Yeah.
So the Housewives did not ask me to come back next season. I don't know where they're at in figuring out their next season. But for me personally, I enjoyed being on the show, and I always say never say never.
Well, I haven't watched it since you have not been on it.
Oh, you're so Stanley.
Hi.
You're a fan of the show.
I am, but I just liked it a lot more when you were on it.
You're so cute. Well,
I
you know what?
don't know.
Marcel and I are going to come in and see you.
Oh, I hope you do, because I'm there all
We
the
will.
time. I am there
We're
all
going
the time.
to.
Please do. I would
No.
love that.
And this is the other thing I want to clear
Yeah.
up, because people think just because I didn't go to her birthday party, Garcelle knows why I didn't go to her birthday party. I wanted to be there. I wasn't able to, and I couldn't. She knows, but it's all good with her and I. We're still very close, and she's still very dear to my heart.
Oh,
And
good.
say the same about me. Like, we love each other, so it's all good.
I would just assume that, because I feel like that you guys are actually friends. Like, I've seen you guys
Yeah,
together,
like
and I feel
real
like
friends,
that's
like
yeah, I feel
real
like you guys
friends,
are.
like, yeah, shit happens, but she knows it's all good. So I just want to clear that up too.
Well, now this is something that I also have a question about, and it's not about her, it's about Renna. Are you guys on better terms? And you don't have to answer this.
No. I'm going to be truthful to you.
Okay.
Rinna did reach out to me.
Okay.
She did send me a text and apologize, and I did respond, thanking her for her apology. Does that mean we're friends and our friendship is back? No.
Fair enough.
But I accepted her apology in the sense that it meant a lot to me that she did reach out and apologize to me.
That's better than nothing.
But I always feel, though, life is short, and if you are able to repair and rebuild, I'm an advocate for that. So I'll leave it at that.
That's a very good place to leave it at. I think that's wonderful. This is kind of open-ended. Do you have a favorite cast member? Like, was there someone that you were closer to than not when you were on the show?
Well, definitely Garcelle.
I would assume so. Okay.
Yeah, I was closest to her.
Okay. You were a New York Times best-selling author with a memoir that you wrote 10 years ago.
What?
Yeah, called The Real Girl Next Door. And I actually have this book.
Aww.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's so good. So you wrote this book 10 years ago, and a lot has changed in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I should have wrote it now.
I know, right? So in the first few pages, there's 25 things that you mention that your readers should know. And I want to know if just 3 of the things are still true. Like,
okay.
just 3 of them. Number 5, what would your dream job be? You said a role in a movie with Quentin Tarantino.
Yes.
Is that still something that is your
Yes, I still want to work with Quentin Tarantino so badly. That is
put that
true.
out there for you, because I want you to
you're so sweet. Thank you.
No,
I would be an extra or background, whatever. Say nothing. Just walk by.
Put that out there, because
No, for real.
I
would love that.
Tarantino movie. Okay.
Thank you.
So number 7 was, what is your favorite thing about yourself? You said your patience. Now, is that still your favorite thing about yourself, or has that changed since then?
Favorite thing. I think it's my lack of judgment.
Okay.
Because I'm in a place in life where I'm trying to instill with my daughters, don't listen to anyone's judgment.
Sure.
Be you, be your true authentic self. Who cares about judgment? We don't judge. You know what you may not agree, but we don't judge. If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
No, I think that's a really good one too. And so number 14, what would you change about yourself? You said to be less trusting.
Oh, well, maybe that's true.
Is that still one thing that you think is true?
Probably.
To be less trusting. Do you think that you're too trusting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Illinois. I'm a Midwest girl at heart, and I am very trusting. And my husband even says it to me. I don't care where we go, to the store, to a park, to the beach, to a restaurant.
You're so nice in restaurants.
I talk to everyone. He's like,
you do.
Why do you talk to everyone? I'm like, oh, why wouldn't I? He goes, would you stop? I talk to everyone.
It's just nicer to be nice to people.
I just talk. I'm chatty Cathy.
I'm the same way. I feel like it's just nicer to be nice to people because why not? Like,
I always strike up a conversation and I'll get that look and he'll be like, would you stop? Because he knows it'll be an hour conversation. I'll just talk about everything.
I'm the same exact way. I love that. You've supported a lot of charities throughout your career, including like No Hate and the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption and Feeding America, but you've been heavily involved with the Best Friends Society.
Yeah.
And several projects with the Best Friends Society since 2009, which I take very personally because I've adopted 2 animals from the Best Friends Society. I have a Chihuahua named Gypsy and a cat named Tank, and I love this. Why animals? Like, why have you chosen to be more heavily involved with this foundation specifically as opposed to like other ones? What is it about animals? Because I know you have a lot of animals yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. Ever since I was little, my family vacations were camping, and every campground we would go to, there would be like a stray dog, and for some reason it would end up at our campground. And I've always, everyone says if there's an animal that's lost, they'll find me. I travel all over the world. I will find the lot. Like, I don't know. It's just, I have such a deep connection to animals. They're so helpless. We have to be their voice.
Yeah.
And they are unconditional love.
Sure. Oh, I love that. I'm the same exact way. I was listening to this podcast and they did a deep dive on one of my favorite movies of yours, Drop Dead Gorgeous. And they are dead set on the fact that it was both your character and Kirstie Alley's character that were in on the murders that happened in the movie together. So I wanted to hear your opinion on this matter. Do you think Rebecca Lehman was also in on the murders of this film, or was it just Gladys Lehman?
I do not think it was Rebecca Lehman.
I really didn't either.
I didn't write the script, but I really believe she had nothing to do with it. I would love to believe Rebecca didn't die on that float and didn't blow up, because I would love to do a reboot of Drop Dead Gorgeous where all of us women are now older and our daughters are competing against each other.
This is a wonderful idea.
I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, I think that there was no body actually found. I think there was a funeral.
There wasn't. Rebecca smelled the gasoline when she was on that float, and I think her little tushy got off because she was a little prima donna before that thing blew up.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I think that's a terrific idea. We can make this happen.
We're going to.
I think that you have enough power in this world to make this happen. I want to see you do more horror.
I have a really good one, Stanley.
Oh, tell me.
It's coming out. They may be changing the title, but it's more a thriller. It's crazy. So I shot that in Ohio last November, but I think it might be right up your alley. I think you're gonna really like it.
I'm dead right now. Okay. Do you play someone who is crazy?
Oh yeah.
Get the
done.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm like putting it out there for like a single white female type of.
Oh no, she's nuts. It's really nuts. And it's in an insane mansion that we shot in. Every housekeeper that comes through. Doesn't quite make it.
This is so much fun already.
I think you'll like it because it's not just horror, it's thriller. Like there's, you know what I mean?
I
think
have
you'll
a
like it.
soft spot. I have a really big soft spot for like these kind of like
Yeah,
psycho thrillers.
I
So
think you're gonna like this one.
this is really exciting. Okay, cool. Well, so I have one more question, and I think I might have asked you this last time, but I think I'm going to ask you again to see if your opinion
Sure.
has changed. What is, out of all the movies that you've made, the most fun that you've ever had making?
Starship Troopers.
And that's the same answer that you gave me last time. So I love your consistency. And why?
We, all of us actors, it's funny, I just shot a reunion with the cast last week.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's going to be coming out because we're coming up on whatever anniversary it is for the movie this coming November.
I think it's the 25th.
Yeah, I think, yeah, 20 something. I love that you know more than I do, but it was so fun to see all of us at once. We did a virtual, and it was all the stories that we were talking about and reminiscing, and we all feel the same way because the biggest thing is because that we were all like just starting out our career, and to be having that camaraderie and that friendship and that bond of where your career changes.
Yeah.
And so it's something that we'll never forget. And it was so fun working on that movie. It was a 6-month shoot, and we had a blast, and it's something that I will never forget. And I know a lot of them voiced the same thing too when we were doing the reunion last week.
It's such a monumental movie. It's so good.
Thank
The
you.
effects are good. It's got a good director, and it's got such a fun cast. Your resume is very good. Like, it starts off good. It gets better.
There's a lot of different stuff on there.
It's very eclectic.
It
Like,
is eclectic.
I think that's a good word for it. Like, you have a lot of fun movies on your resume. And I think that out of like, there's a lot of actors who can say that and like not really put that in their back pocket, but like I really think that you can hold on to that. So I love knowing you. I think that it's so cool to know you, and that you're a real person, and that you have such a cool career, and that you're also such a really neat person. So I just adore you. I think you're the
I adore you too. Thank you.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Denise. This was so much fun.
Thank you. I'm
all
so
the questions I have. Thank you again. I really appreciate
Thank
the time
you.
that you took to talk to me again. You were my third interview for my channel, and you were my first interview for my channel.
I love you so much.
I love you dearly. So let's hang out soon.
We will.
And I will be in touch with you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You look gorgeous. Have a good day.
Thank
okay?
you, honey. All right.
I'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye, babe.